What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. Breaking news. If you haven't heard the definitive news yet, Charlie Kirk, controversial Republican host, murdered, cold blood, dead during an attack at a Utah Valley University. You'll have to forgive me for not getting this out sooner. I was out and around running some errands today, and then all of a sudden my phone blew up with people saying, "You'll never guess what happened to Charlie Kirk." Unbelievable. I was talking with a colleague of mine. We've seen some reports, Megyn Kelly dropping an F-bomb live on the air, very distraught. I said at that point, look, the media obviously knows something right now that we don't know. I said, there's no way he survived this. They're just waiting to call it. I guarantee it. And sure enough, less than half an hour later, I'm told it's confirmed. So here we are. Charlie Kirk recently confirmed dead for having points of views that people don't like. We're going to get straight into it. I have to say that, I was fortunate enough to share a conversation through an email chain with Charlie Kirk about 2.5 years ago, just after How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom went live, shortly after I met Dr. Jordan Peterson. It was an email chain through Dr. Peterson, the Daily Wire, Charlie Kirk, and I know a few others like Dave Rubin were in that email chain. Very nice person to talk to. Now, we never shared a conversation over a microphone or through a video chat, but very kind in terms of his praise for what had been done over here. And I respected his work. I think he was fantastic. Trump says Charlie Kirk shot dead during an event at Utah Valley University. Charlie Kirk, the powerful right-wing activist, Trump ally and executive director of Turning Point USA, has died after being shot in the neck on Wednesday while speaking at the university campus event in Utah. Donald Trump has confirmed. The late and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he's no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Trump wrote on Truth Social Wednesday evening. This is a man who had 2 kids, family men. So, again, what really angers me about this situation is that, you always hear about the tolerant left. You hear about, we just want diversity, equity, inclusion. Unless, of course, you disagree with us. Then we have every right to behave like miscreants. We can do whatever we like. We can riot. We can burn down businesses. We can attack and murder people in cold blood just because their politics don't align with ours. This is going to spark outrage. This is a Black Swan event. I guarantee it. In video posts circulating on social media, Kirk can be seen being struck by a bullet while speaking and sitting beneath a tent in Utah Valley University courtyard. Kirk was there as part of the American Comeback Tour, which is hosted by TPUSA chapter at Utah Valley. Video footage also shows students on campus running away from the sound of gunfire. In a post on X Wednesday afternoon, the university said UVU campus is closed. Classes canceled. Those on campus secure in place until police officers can escort people off safely. We ask for your patience throughout the process. We're providing updates as best as possible. This is an ongoing and unfolding event. Now, I'm not going to give my 2 cents on the universities or the students that occupy those universities for the most part, and what's happened to the educational system in the United States and in Canada as a result of woke behavior. But I never thought we'd see something like this. Guys like Billboard Chris, Stephen Crowder, even Ben Shapiro, people who talk at these university campuses to merely just speak their minds, make a point, talk about what they believe, biological science, Christianity. I know Shapiro's not part of that end of things, but you get what I mean. Like, they're there to talk about what they feel is their viewpoint, and so they have the right to express that under free speech. There is no free speech anymore, folks. It's you either agree with me or you're wrong. Nobody agrees to disagree anymore. Nobody has civil conversations anymore. Spokeswoman for Utah Valley University told the New York Times that Kirk was struck by a suspect who had fired from a building about 200 yards away. Scott Trotter, university spokesman, also told the Times that a person who was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooter, despite saying earlier that there was a suspect in custody. There is no suspect in custody. That manhunt is on. And if you think that guy is going to last in a jail, I guarantee you, karma's coming for him or her. Utah Governor Spencer Cox posted on X that he would continue to share updates and that those responsible will be held fully accountable. Violence has no place in our public life. Americans of every political persuasion must unite in condemning this act. Our prayers are with Charlie, his family, and all those affected. You know that that's not going to happen on the left. There's probably people already celebrating because they're wacko. Donald Trump wrote on Truth Social, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot, a great guy, top to bottom. God bless him." J.D. Vance tweeted, "Say a prayer for Charlie Kirk, a genuinely good guy and a young father." Those sentiments were echoed by the Secretary of Defense, who said, "Prayers for Charlie Kirk, an incredible Christian, American, and human being. May the healing hand of Jesus Christ be upon him." FBI Director Kash Patel said the FBI was closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting. Agents will be on scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation. Eyewitnesses told The Guardian that Charlie Kirk was being questioned about mass shootings when he was shot in the neck. The person he was debating had asked about if he knew how many mass shootings had involved a transgender shooter, to which Kirk responded. Pitt said, then he asked how many mass shootings had there been in the last couple of years, and before he could even answer, he heard the gunshot, and we just saw Kirk's neck turn to the side, and it appeared that he had been shot in the neck. There was blood immediately, a lot of blood, Pitt said. After the shots were fired, everybody immediately took to the ground. We were just trying to stay hidden. I don't care if you're straight, gay, bi, LGBTQ, alphabet community, trans, whatever you want to call it. These people are sick. This is part of the problem. And part of the reason that, look, I've talked on this show, and I'm certainly not trying to compare myself to Charlie Kirk, because his following is significantly higher than this channel's. But I've received emails on a frequent basis of people threatening my family over political views. I've reported those on the channel. I've shown those emails on the channel. There's times we've had to get the police involved, and it really puts a damper on things like public events like this. When you think about Steven Crowder, when you think about Ben Shapiro, when you think about Billboard Chris or any of those guys who talk, whether you like them or hate them, they're known for being on university campuses. They're known for speaking on these tours. What do you think is going to happen after this? Do you think any of them are prepared to say goodbye to their families for the sake of voicing their political beliefs? You have to understand that even if you disagree with somebody's politics, you have to be an adult at some point, and you have to say, I just don't agree with them. I don't like them, whatever. I'm just not going to take part in it. The world does not custom fit to your likings. I see it all the time in my comment section. I see people telling me all the time, you can't like this, but you can like that. You can't say this because I don't like it. Tough shit. That's how the world works. People have an opinion. If you don't like it, don't watch. Don't partake in the events. Don't go to this public speaking events. Don't buy tickets to a show to heckle somebody and tell them that just because you don't like their point of view, they're somehow incorrect and wrong. The problem in this world, ladies and gentlemen, is everybody has choice. That's why so many religions exist. That's why political sides exist. We have the ability to choose what is best for us. We see here Premier Danielle Smith tweeting out, I'm saddened and horrified by the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are with Charlie and his family. Political violence has no place in a free and democratic society and must be condemned without reservation. There's a picture of Charlie with his family. Those two girls, the boy and his son and daughter get to grow up without a father. Dad's not coming home because he offended somebody so horribly with his based opinions. Um, I never thought in a million years we would see anything on this level. People get triggered at these campuses. You always see the Steven Crowder infamous table interviews. Prove me wrong, or whatever it is. I haven't watched them in a long time. You'll have to forgive me. I'm so frazzled by this. Changed my mind. They're changed my mind. His changed my mind interviews. It's disgusting to think that this is the way our world is now running. That people run rampant in the streets. That Looney Tunes seem to think that they have the right to decide who lives and who dies just because of their beliefs and opinions. Again, I sincerely hope they catch the person involved in this, and may God have mercy on their soul when they are caught. Because I can tell you right now, karma will not be nice to this individual. This is a Black Swan event, and there will be massive, massive backlash for this event. I'll get into that in later videos because I don't want to pollute this video too much with my own opinions. I know I already have, but Charlie Kirk, dead. Shot dead for speaking his mind. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a great day, everybody. I won't give my usual spiel. There's no point in advertising on such a grim set of events. Take care of yourselves and have a great day.